Happy Sunday, everyone. Welcome back to another video. My name is Tawanda, and I'm the Migraine Crafting Diva. And on this channel, I do decorating on a budget, DIYs, and hauls with a sprinkle of migraine enlightenment. And today's migraine fact is, according to the American Headache Society, about 4 out of 5 people with migraines report stress as a trigger. Relaxation following a period of high stress has also been identified as a possible trigger for migraine attacks. So now that I've given you that migraine tidbit about stress, I'm going to go ahead and get started with today's DIYs. But first, I'm going to go ahead and start off by showing you the items that I will be using to do these DIYs. I would just like to note that I'm not going to use all of them. I just randomly pulled out a bunch of stuff that I thought I wanted to use, and these are them. So today we'll be doing 5 Valentine's Day DIYs using window cling from Dollar Tree and from Walmart. And I would also just like to apologize for my video editing. I'm using my new camera and I am still trying to get used to making videos with it and doing the editing process. So we're going to go ahead and get started with DIY number 1. So for DIY number 1 here, I have the Dollar Tree window cling, which is the one with the hearts on it, and then I have the window cling that I purchased at Walmart, which is the one that has the gnomes on it. I also have some ribbon that I already had that has little hearts on it, and then I'm using some yarn that I purchased from Dollar Tree, and then I have this candle with a cloche on it that I purchased from Aldi's, and it was like $2 on clearance. And then I am just showing you the glass jar that I have next to it. I was going to actually make a candle, and I actually purchased that from Dollar Tree, and they were similar, and I was going to use the cloche on that and make my own candle, but the cloche was a little bit too big, so I'm just going to use the candle from Aldi's. But you can do this with the Dollar Tree candle if you want to. So here what I'm doing is I took a heart from the Dollar Tree window cling and I placed the large one onto the candle, and then I placed a smaller heart off of the Walmart window cling onto the front of the cloche, and I just have it where it looks like it's overlapping. And then I also have some of the little wooden hearts that I purchased from Dollar Tree, and I will use my my hole punch to put some well, not my hole punch, my gator, to put some holes into the hearts, and then I strung them up with some yarn, and then I took the lace ribbon with the hearts on it, and then I just did a really simple shoestring bow, which basically is like the only bow that I am somewhat decent at making. And then I just went ahead and cut the ends, and that is going to be it for this DIY. I thought it was really cute, simple, and really budget friendly. Let me know what you think, and we're going to go ahead and get ready to move on to DIY number 2. So for DIY number 2, I have this cutting board, a blue one, that I'm going to use. I'm using some more of that ribbon with the heart on it, lace ribbon, excuse me. And then I'm going to use one of the gnomes off of the one of the window cling gnomes. So I'm just trying to figure out which one I'm going to use that's going to actually fit properly. And then once I have the one I'm going to use, I'm going to also take some what am I going to use? Sorry guys, I just went blank. Oh my goodness. Some Mod Podge. Excuse me. I'm going to take some Mod Podge and I'm going to put some of that onto the back of the gnome so that I'll be able to adhere it to the cutting board. And here I'm just taking the ribbon and just kind of tightening it up so that I can string it through the hole at the top of the cutting board, just so I'll have something to kind of just hang it on. And then once I have that done, I'll go ahead and add the gnome to the cutting board. And then once I have that done, I also have another one of those hearts from the Dollar Tree, and I was going to use this heart in my last week's DIY. I had placed a piece of the scrapbooking paper on it onto the heart. So I'll be showing you that just shortly here. But I also just used some Mod Podge and attached that to the cutting board, and that is going to be it for this DIY. And the reason why I used the blue was because my home is pretty much neutral, but my pop of color in my house is blue, and I wanted to be able to put this in my tier tray that I have for my hot cocoa bar slash tea slash coffee bar that I have. So I always decorate with I usually only decorate the coffee cocoa tea bar, but I'm going this year, since I'm doing all of these DIYs, I'm going to go ahead and just use them to decorate the bar and my dining room table and my kitchen. So yeah, I'll let me know what you think. And if you are new to my channel and wondering why I call myself the Migraine Crafting Diva, I actually call myself the Migraine Crafting Diva is because I suffer from chronic migraines. I've had them for over 20 years, and I actually use crafting as a way of distracting myself from the pain. So yeah, that's why I call myself the Migraine Crafting Diva. So we're moving on to DIY number 3. And for this DIY, I'm going to use this picture frame that I purchased at Kirkland's. I've had this picture frame for probably 5 or 6 years. And I'm also going to use the apple barrel, territorial beige and the apple barrel white acrylic paint. So I'm going to take the territorial beige, and then I'm going to mix a little bit of the white in with it, and then I'm just going to not stir it up completely, but just a little bit, and then I'm just going to use my little foam brush and go over the whole picture frame. And I'll just kind of do like a somewhat of a dry brush onto the picture frame until I like what I see. And so here I've went ahead and covered the whole frame, and I am going to add some more white to it, just to give it a little bit of a pop of white. And then while it's still wet, I'm going to take a wet paper towel and kind of blend it in some. And the picture frame has like these little black marks on it, like it's like kind of old and rusty, kind of like. So I'm going to go back with the white paper towel as I'm blending in the white with the territorial beige, and I'm just going to go ahead and just wipe those little areas off so that you can see the little black chips on the frame. And then once I have that done and the frame is completely dry, I'm going to take some scrapbook paper that I purchased from Hobby Lobby, and I'm just going to try and figure out which, there's a picture, and the picture frame is actually really cute. So actually I'm not going to do that first. I'm going to take the stickers off. So this is I'm using a window cling from the Dollar Tree, and I'm going to put the Better Together sticker onto the glass, and then I'm going to use the female gnome and the male gnome, and I'll place those up under the heart that says Better Together. And then once I have those onto the glass from the picture frame, I'm going to decide which scrapbook paper I want to use to put in the background. So I have this blue and white one. It's like a light blue and white color. And then I have like a light pink and white one. And I also have another one. And they all, I believe, two of them came, one of them is out of a scrapbooking book that I got from Joann's, and the other is one from Hobby Lobby. And then this piece of scrapbook paper is from Hobby Lobby, and that one is from the 50% off sale. So here I am just trying to figure out which piece of scrapbooking paper I actually want to use to put in the background. So I actually ended up going with the bluish gray color one. So I'm going to go ahead and just cut it to size, and I'll go ahead and place it into the frame. And that is going to be it for this DIY. And this DIY actually kind of makes me a little bit sad because I went to my Kirkland's 2 weeks ago and found out that they were closing, and they will be closing on the 23rd, which is next week. And the closest Kirkland's to me is an hour and a half away. So that actually makes me really sad. But let me know what you think. So moving on to DIY number 4, I have this tin that I purchased from the Dollar Tree. I have these little hearts. They do have these hearts at Dollar Tree, but I actually purchased them at Walmart. The big hearts, the pink ones, were 50 cents a piece, or 49 cents, I believe. And the pack of 6 or 7 hearts, the smaller ones, were 98 cents. So what I'm doing here is I'm taking one of the gnome window cling stickers and placing it onto the tin. Look how cute that is. I love it. And then I am going to go ahead and just start placing the hearts into the bucket here that I have. Now, I just want to say that I am not really good at floral arrangements, and this DIY actually took a long time for me because I could not figure out how I wanted it, or if I liked it or not. Yeah, I am just not really good at floral arrangements. And it probably took me an hour or so to actually do this project. But yeah, we'll go ahead and get started. So here I am just placing the hearts where I want them. So I have my pile of flowers over to the side there that I thought I wanted to use, but I actually ended up not using them. So I ended up first by putting this piece of lavender into the pot here. And then as I'm looking at it, I really wanted to use these flowers. I believe they're daisies. I'm not sure. I'm not really good at the name of flowers, but I wanted to use those. And as I was looking at it, I thought, I didn't really like it. So then I went back to my flower stash and I pulled out some more of my lavender. And so here I am just placing the lavender randomly into the can until I can figure out how I want it, and if it's going to be okay with how I think it looks. So here I'm just randomly placing and rearranging the lavender and the hearts. I can't even tell you how many times I did it. Yeah. So this piece of lavender has some purple and pink on it, and I know I have more than that, but I could only find that one pick. I'm thinking that I may have the rest of them outside in my storage unit, but these are what I had inside my home, so this is what I am going to use. So here I am thinking, oh, I think it looks okay, and then I start moving things around some more. And then I add some more lavender to it. And then once I think I have it the way I feel that it looks good, I'm going to take some of the string lights that I purchased at Dollar Tree, and they're pink ones. And I'm going to go ahead and place those into the bucket also at the bottom to just give it a little bit of, I don't know, like color or something. I thought it was like glow pink at the bottom, but it actually looks purple, which is fine. It still looks good. So here I am placing the lights into the bucket, and once again, as I'm placing the lights into the bucket, I have to start taking the lavender picks out, and I took out some of the hearts, and then I rearranged it again, and then I also added the larger pink heart to the bucket also. And then I took the large piece of lavender out, put the smaller piece in the back. Didn't like that, so then I ended up putting the larger piece back into the bucket. And finally I have it the way that I think that it looks nice and that I am satisfied with. So, and I just kind of looked at it some more, and then I just decided, you know what, I'm satisfied with how it looks, and I am just going to leave it alone. And that is what I did. So I actually think that it actually ended up turning out pretty nice. My husband said that it was nice, but it's actually not, it's actually now one of, I think I actually like it better now. And I think I think it is actually my favorite DIY out of the ones that I've done today. But let me know what you think. Okay, so this is our final DIY number 5, and oh my goodness, I can't wait for you guys to see this DIY. I am still on the fence about this DIY, but yeah. So what I have here is I'm going to use another window cling, one with the gnome on it, and then I also have a cheesecloth, a piece of cheesecloth that I purchased at Aldi's. I've probably over a year ago. And so I remember looking at a person on YouTube, and I don't remember who it was, but they used a window cling and they attached it to a piece of fabric using an iron. So I thought, you know what, I'm gonna try this DIY and see what happens. So I have my cheesecloth, and then I also have my window cling. So I went ahead and put my window cling onto my cheesecloth, and then I went and purchased, and then I used some parchment paper to go ahead and adhere the window cling to the cheesecloth. Well, I don't know if I believe it's because my iron has steam on it that it wasn't working correctly, if I'm not mistaken. And I don't remember when this video was from a couple of years ago. But I believe she said that you need to use an iron that doesn't have steam. Well, my iron has steam. We do have an older iron, but I didn't want to use it because it's my husband's favorite iron, and I didn't want to mess anything up. This iron here is newer, but it doesn't really work that well. So I started the process, and I just held it on to, I just pressed down, like I did it in 3 sections, and I just pressed down for about 15 seconds at a time. And then I would lift the parchment paper up and look at it. And then I would put it down, look at it, see if it was coming up. Then I would try and lift the gnome up, and of course he would still come up. So then I did that a couple of times after trying for probably 5 or 10 minutes. And so then I decided I was going to just add a little bit of Mod Podge to the back of the window cling. And once I did that, it did start to stick some, but I still think that it may have worked better if I had an iron that did not have steam, but I don't know. If anyone has done this DIY before, if you can just give me some pointers and let me know, I would greatly appreciate it. But I ended up adding a Mod Podge, and then it actually ended up sticking. It also ended up sticking to the ironing board. If you have done this project, please let me know, and just let me know how to do it correctly, because I would really like to try it again. And so this is the end result, and it's actually sticking on there. I'm not really sure how long it's going to stay, but it is on there. So let me know what you think. And that is it for today's video. I would like to thank you for spending the day with me. And if you like what I am doing, please like, share, and subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. And like I always say, be nicer, be kinder. God will love you for it. And I hope you have a blessed day, and I will see you next Sunday. Goodbye.